Hello, Cruising World. Mick the Suit Guy with you. It is Monday. Oh, it's Monday. You know what Monday means? Monday means it's Tips Day. So we're going to give you some tips this week from me. But I need yours because I am running out. I've been saying this for weeks now. No one's listening to me. Send me your tips. You know, I say that facetiously because this is like the third or fourth I've recorded this afternoon. And each time I've said, send me your tips. So, you know, there's a week between each one when they go out. So that I might well have received loads of tips in between. But I like to put the pressure on. All right, tips. Number 1, linking rooms or adding cruise companions. 2 ways you can do this. One is if you booked on your own. One is if you booked with a travel agent. Same end result. Say you're cruising in a group of 6. 3 cabins. If you go into your Carnival account and go to booking and order details on the top and scroll down past where it shows your orders, like it's got your Cheers package will show there if you get it, the internet package will all show there. Go down towards the bottom and it will say add cruising companion. You just click on that link and it will allow you to add the email of your cruising companions. You can't just add them, they have to accept it. And then you can send them an email inviting them to be your cruise companion. And if they do so accept that request, you will now be linked on the cruise. So in your hub, it will show them. If you go to check in for dinner, you can check in one person for everybody, etc., etc. You will now have a little click in your hub. And if they're doing an event, you'll be able to see what events they're doing. You know, you go through and you heart the events you want to do on the hub. You'll be able to see what everybody else in your cruise companion group is doing because there'll be a little heart with a number next to it, how many other people are doing it. You can click on it and see which one it is. Simple, right? If you have a travel agent, almost exactly the same way. All they do is there's a box where they can go into on the booking form and they can add the booking number of the other person traveling with you. You don't have to be both booked under the same travel agent. If you're with a travel agent and your friend is not, you can still give that booking number to your travel agent and they can add the booking number in there for them. So it could be anybody, you know, and then you're all linked. Isn't that special? You may not want to be linked to these people. You might want to get their, you know, whatever, 7 days with you? No, thank you. So if that's the case, ignore everything I just said. You might go into the week saying, oh, that'd be awesome. And then 2 days in, oh, why did the suit guy tell me to do this? So I'm just warning you, I'm taking no responsibility if you make a mistake. Julie says that about me every time. Moving on. So that's a good one. Did you know also, speaking of, groups of people, if you have 5 or more rooms, you can create a group. A lot of people think it's 8. Like 16 people. No, it is not. It is 5. I know this because I am a travel agent and I know the rules. 8 means you get the group leader gets extra benefits. They call it a tour conductor credit, where they can get for every 16 people, I think it is, you get half a room free. So the bigger the, you get some free rooms or whatever. But if it's 5, 6, or 7, you don't get that. But you can still do a group with 5, 6, or 7. As a whole other video about groups. Just know a couple of things. The advantages of groups. Deposit non-refundable is refundable up until final payment date and often beyond, but definitely till final payment date. You can get amenities for the group. You pay a little bit extra for what they call points, and you can add stuff into the room, like you can get extra onboard credit for everybody. And when I say a little bit extra, you're doing this usually fairly early on to get the rooms. By the time 6 months later comes, the room is more expensive than you pay the little bit extra. It works out something like, I'll give you an example. $50 onboard credit would mean adding some in the region of $15 onto the room. Something like that. You can look up the numbers when you go on there. Top of my head, I'm mentally blocking. I should know. I've done enough groups. But, for a little bit, you get a lot, is my point. And it's refundable deposits. and you get a group status. And if you get more than, a big group, you get other benefits. It's good. Just know the whole point of this tip is not what you get. It's simply the fact that if you have 5 rooms or more, you can do a group, not 8 as most people would try and tell you. Like if I went on certain Facebook pages right now and said it was 5, there will be people on there that will call me a liar. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. It has to be a minimum of 8 rooms. No, 5 to get the amenities, 8 to get the full benefits. And also, one caveat to that, not every promotional booking you can't, like for example, casino bookings are not eligible to be in a group. So if it was like a really cheap offer, you wouldn't be allowed to be in the group on that one. So it has to be 5 rooms at quote unquote regular booking codes, not dirt cheap off the side ones. But when you go to create the group, it will show you what offer codes are available. And one extra caveat to that, when I said refundable deposit, it's only a refundable deposit when you use the group rate. Within the group rate, you'll be able to use, for example, whatever Carnival's offers are, the early saver, if you just cruise, they give you the offer to cruise again, the return cruiser special and stuff like that. They are non-refundable deposits. They may be a bit cheaper, but you still get the group amenities, but they are non-refundable deposits. Only the official group rate that you set up when you set up the group allows it. If you're interested in doing that, and I'm not saying to use me, I can help you set your own one up. No problem whatsoever. Just email me and I'll talk you through setting up a group if you want to do it just with you and your friends. If you want to do it with me, you can, but I can absolutely help you to do it yourself. So if you are cruising with 5 or more people, don't pass up the opportunity to get those extra benefits by traveling in a group. You have been advised, not told. Never do that. We advise, we don't tell. Let me see if I can find. I've got some more here. Let me find one that's similar. Oh, here's one. Speaking of adding people and stuff, and I think I've done this one in a different video, maybe not in a tips video. It's possible I did. I don't know. Apologize if I've already done this one, but this is a fairly recent thing where now, if you go in to book a meal in a specialty restaurant, like the steakhouse, for example, you can now add extra guests on your booking. You just have to pay for them, and they have to pay you back. So you'll go to book a dinner for 2 in the steakhouse, and when you go to check out or partway through the process, it will say additional guests underneath. You don't have to say who they are. You can just add guests because you're paying. It's prepaid, so they don't care. So you and you or whoever's in your cabin, and then add additional guests 1, 2, 3, 4. Then when you check out, you'll pay for 4, 8, 6 people, whatever it is. You'll all be together on the booking, and then they can just pay you back. And then on the day, you'll just go, because you'll make your reservation time when you make that booking, and you're all set and good to go. Make things a lot easier. Earlier this year, before that all started, we had a bit of a nightmare because you couldn't do that. Before, it was just only the people on the booking could make that reservation. So we all went in and made a reservation at the same time, but the steakhouse, there's no way that they would know we all wanted to be at the same table, so we were linked on the hub, but they wouldn't know that from the bookings because it's kind of an external system. It just works differently. So we had to go straight to the maitre d' when we got on board and explain the situation, and back and forth. It took about 45 minutes of my time to get that all sorted out, that if we'd done it the new way, we wouldn't have had to do anything. So there you go. So there's 3 tips for you this week. Link in your rooms. Know that you can do 5 cabins. You can qualify for group status. And like I said, if you're unsure, email me. My email's coming up at the end, and I can help you set that up. Not as a travel agent. If you don't want to, of course, I can help you, but I can help you do it yourself because that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to sell myself. I'm here to make your life easier and save you money where I can. And add the guest in the specialty reservation. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have 5 tips left on this list, which isn't enough for 2 weeks. So I'm going to give you one more. Yeah, I'm going to give you one more. Then I'll do 4 next week, which will be in 5 minutes from now. All right, here we go. Remember, ship time may not be port time, especially when booking non-carnival excursions in advance. So the one thing I always do is, just because if I'm ever unsure, because on a carnival cruise to the Caribbean, they don't forward the clocks typically. On a anything up to a 7-8 day cruise, you're really not going to change the clocks. You're going to be sticking on ship time because it's too confusing for people. So you're going to be on ship time the whole way through. But for example, Aruba is an hour. Oh my God, is it behind or ahead? They're an hour different, one way or the other. I forget which way it is. Probably behind because they're back that way from the East Coast. So they'll be behind an hour, right? So central time. Is that an hour? I think so. I'm English. If you book an excursion with a local tour company, when you book it, it's going to give you a time. That is not the time you are going to be there. So remember to build that time allowance in. 8 o'clock on the ship does not necessarily mean it's 8 o'clock ashore. Be very aware of that when you go into the ports. The simplest way of doing it, when you book the tour, go into Google and say, what time is it in Aruba right now? Oh, it's different. Let me book accordingly. And just because it says the ship gets in at 8 doesn't mean you're getting off the ship at 8. So don't book an excursion for 8 if you land at 8. If you dock alongside at 8, give yourself a cushion. But that can catch you out. That can catch you out if you are not careful. Look at that. 4 tips and then 4 next week. I could have just sat and racked my brain for one more, but Steam's coming out right now, and I'm on a session of recording these things, and I think 4 is enough for one afternoon. It's a month's worth of tips I'm recording in one session. All right, with that, subscribe if you want to see more of these beautifully wonderful videos of mine. Hit that little bell if you want notification when the videos come out. Send me your tips. You think you can do better than me? The answer is yes. So send me yours and I will read them. I will warn you in advance. I do not pre-proof them in any way. I don't even read them. I take my glasses off. I copy paste what's in the email because without this, I cannot see a thing. Oh, yeah, I've done this. Trust me, I'm blind. Worn glasses since I was 14 years old. And then I will print them. I'll make sure I copy the name because a couple of times I forgot to copy the person's name and I'm reading tips out. I don't know who it is. And then I will react live on the recording. So you never know what you're going to get. You're going to get my British sense of humor. I can tell you that. Never in a mean way. Never in a mean way. So send me that. Send me your cruising traditions. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free. Email me. My email is coming up. And with that, I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, mick@elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.